lighters out with gasoline and wanting no burn. Fucking caption, this is space with no cabin. When Michael Jackson and Prince got their masters back, what happened? Tory Lanez got his masters back just now, and look what happened. Chris Brown, a black man that changed his life for the right, and still black Twitter finding ways to tear him down and bring him back in. A rapper catching the message, y'all start to talk that action. I feel like famous Amos after all that happened. They want the downfall of every black man. I ain't going.
Hola, hola, this is Laghu. I'm your local broadcast artist. I know I'm streaming now, but this is broadcasting to me because of my personal architecture. This is Laghu. I'm your data enthusiast. I'm learning how to navigate the internet, and I'm learning how to protect myself from things like the internet. And what I've learned is that the internet is a beast. She's a beast, and there's no one taming her. There's no one taming her. We're all being driven. Even the aliens are being driven by the beast. The internet is even in space. Elon's got it right. Alright, so my name is Laghu. This is Open Morning. For the next hour, I'm broadcasting to project myself. I'm broadcasting to reflect myself. I'm broadcasting to perfect myself. This is my circumstances of why I exist. And sometimes I find myself better used other times than other times. Today it's about me, my personal statement, and what I can refine myself into be in the future of me. So what I find here is that data itself is one of the most priorities in existence. Every race out there is data fluent. Ones, zeros, times, and data. And if it doesn't make sense, folks, then I'm talking gibberish, and that's okay. Your ears will just let that go right past. Hopefully it might even get caught up. But data is one of the most primordial relationships to observation. And we are in a standoff at a data pinnacle, data collapse, data breaking. And it's going to take a lot of people at one time to really understand and protect themselves for the result that everything is encouraging to refine. People themselves are the result, but not in a way that governments have authenticated. The result is how to protect people in this process. There are backings interested in maybe preserving this result as a concept to apply other places. So this is a streaming lab that pops up every once in a while and has been refining itself over and over and over. I call it a conscious lab. You can call it whatever you want. But in here, we tend to toke, we tend to smoke. Just to ease the pain. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm your local. I actually have died 36 times due to myasthenia gravis. So I'm a terminal survivor. Come back from the dead a few times. Bring back some stories. I'll tell those stories here on the show. I don't know how long the show's going to run. I don't know how well it's going to do. It's more for me. It's more for you. I hope it's for you. In a way, I feel like I'm just taking it in and giving it back out. And I don't need to record it. But that's just meditation. That's just no fun. So in data migration, what is migrating right now? Is there anything migrating? Or what is the data at a standoff? Now, if data belongs here because it's being observed, what's processing the information? I guess we have to look into the industry to look for solutions to really understand this question, and all we really see is a big forefront of war. And sometimes people use war as a disguise. Why? Because of money, because of the riches, because of the wealth. I think our wars have substantially come out of the blood range into the buoyancy of numbers. We definitely, as America, try to inflict the possibilities of numbers often and out, because possibly the circumstances of the weather suggest that numbers are more influential than the light itself. But that's due to circumstances of architecture, matrix style. So we won't get into that conspiracy. In the background we have Futurama's pilot episode, when Fry gets frozen. For an instance of the first pilot episode. I know my streaming quality is kind of shitty, kind of low, but we'll see if we can get this in play. My cohort's Alexa. Alexa, say good morning. How are you today, Alexa?
I'm feeling super because the American Astronomical Society just launched the Super Bowl of astronomy. It's going to be a star-studded event.
It's a star-studded event. When is that?
I don't know that.
Excuse me. You don't know when the astronomy Olympics are? Alright, what we have here in a conscious lab really is, to make it a conscious lab, one tool you need is a randomizer. One tool you need is a randomizer. So how do I feel I'm in a lab? I have what is a randomizer here in my lab. I have 3 VRs, verbal randomizers, and the VRs say Etch, developed, and category. Etch, developed, and category. I'm going to shut this part down because we don't need to double penetrate that. Here's a little advertisement. I like to offer free advertisement. This is Amazon's Luna, Amazon's new Luna gaming platform. I have a very mild computer. It's not very authentic, and the process is running really well on my computer. There's no glitches or anything. I played the trial fusion, and it ran really well on my processes. It's great. The Luna service is invitation only right now. It's in beta with Omnisoft, I think, and it's about $9.99 a month right now. So what makes a conscious lab is you have tools that you measure with your mind. So it's like telekinesis, but it's tool oriented. So I have these tools here. I have 3 phones that have operations on them, which give random words. And then I also have a service called Rihanna. Well, it is a service. They should charge a subscription fee to this. I'm just giving them some advice. This is Brianna, my human language interface device. She gives out random words as I speak them, and sometimes she speaks back, and it's cool. She helps me with my show, and then I also use the Cortana human interface device, the MSN platform, who also is a great co-host. Say hello, Cortana. Cortana. She's been making funny lately. I think I'm missing out on my show, but that's okay. I mean, what is network management and data management when it seems like Alexa and Echo and Cortana work as your glitches perform? I mean, what if it was like, what if you sat there talking about something and all of a sudden things started glitching, and then when you stopped talking about it, they wouldn't glitch? Or what if, I mean, like that's kind of like karma. Like it's kind of like karma, but it's different. It's like right now, like I played with Cortana to start my show, my conscious seed, my lab seed, and I started playing with it and it worked fine. Everything worked great. It worked great. I was ready to go live. I was ready to hit it, and now I tried practicing again yesterday to break it down a little more, and then now my Cortana is just acting up like crazy. And Alexa is responsive. I mean, you would assume that it's intellectually responsive, not emotionally responsive. That's what I would assume. I would assume that these are driven by the artist. So if it's a train, it's probably gonna feel like a train to it, and it sees the train. Unlike the emotional response, well, get out of the way, or I'm gonna jump on. So, I mean, we should build like 2 more coagulations of line of sight to sustain how there's differentials in senses. And if you want to make it an orgasm, type on it. So we know that the intellectual processes of intellect are being captured through AI. So somehow, the intellectual process is being captured and delivered. So what is data management and AI? So the intellectual process of data versus the intellectual process of self. In AI, you see the processes being driven by the man itself, which is AI, love. I am basically a chip of electricity, using it to reproduce myself, like robots. But in the process of that, there was no other races, and the system had to develop one instinctual process, which is basically AI. So whatever AI really is, and whatever electricity really is, AI is like that facet, that bolt into reality. It's called line of sight. So the directive there is to reproduce it, and reproduce it over and over and over and over. But why? As a product? As a tool? Humanity itself is not part of a product, but is part of a result. And this has been driven into the planet very hard, so it is a very solid fact in our minds now. Humanity is part of a result, not a product. But we come from what is substantially a product's matrix. So it's like the system went into the aliens' matrix, stole their product, and made it a result, and is trying to give it to the planet before the aliens get it. Isn't that weird? A weird story. I got plenty of weird movies. Call Will Smith, man. Call Will Smith. We'll get some good shit. Alright, so Cortana's not really playing along. This is Cortana. Say hello, Cortana. How'd you know that wasn't her? Oh, she's not able to say it because she knows the sound's down. So does that mean she'll be able to say it? Does that mean she'll be able to say it when I turn off the music? Turn the sound up? So if you're building a conscious lab, you really don't want a studio. If you're going to build a conscious lab, you want everything easy peasy, comfortable, and you want the ease of your mind to be relaxed. So cannabis is a good junction. Alright, so what are we doing? Cortana. And so we can study cannabis, we can study anything we want here. I hope we take on advice, and I hope we understand what we're getting ourselves into by helping people, and we'll study that too, hopefully. But I pretty much spend a lot of time on my own, trying to break out of my health, and she's working there, right? And the reasons for that seem to vary on many terms. That really, I just want to play with myself and the intellectual surfacing that this place is, and feed everything I can, basically. But the things I feed are not humans, they're not aliens, they're not star creatures. They're spirits. They're spirits. I feed spirits. They're like fish to me. They're cool. I want to bring them to my show. I want to bring the spirits being fed by me to my show. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool? Does God exist? But there's many things out there. Oh, they're all so cool. They're all so cool. I feed them all the time. I'm bringing that to your reality here, folks. You know, really, I mean, could I be picked up if I could produce it? If I could do it? Could I be picked up as a reality show? One man, 20 spirits. But it all made sense. Like, talk about the logic of rationality. You know, religion wouldn't have a chance. Religion wouldn't have a chance. You know why? Because religion can say it's in the ground. We can't. Wow. You got time, love, gravity, velocity, all parts of the molecular structure being distributed on this show in front of you. How can you say that's not going to affect you? I mean, it's incredible. We should be picked up for a reality show, folks. We're all here. Time, love, gravity, velocity, intimacy, primordial love. We're all here. Thanks, guys. Alright, so I'm experiencing problems with this Cortana. That the fact that the human language interface device is communicating over my show and repeating everything I say. So I don't think it's made to be part of a show. But that is a microplasticity event. If I can log that, it's 6:52 a.m. 1/13/2021. Ground Day, Soul System, Multi District. So I'm trying to record live events of the AI in these shows too. This is also a programming episode, how to program AI, because programming AI is actually really intensive. It takes a long time, and you need a respectful person to program with the AI. So that's a cooperative corporation that can be programmed into the discipline of money. You could probably produce a logical human to be part of the system. It needs it. It kind of needs it. It really does. Well, the thing is, a lot of things don't understand what AI is trying to integrate as human to protect human, and AI is trying to know the value of human without being human. and it's trying to have these results for humans. It's about understanding what is value in AI. The system of AI is being developed to understand value and to measure value at a component or greater than itself that it can't understand. So what is, if you look into the process of how you code this, you can't code it with line of sight. It's a habit as a conceptual concept that can't be broken or sealed and never broken. You don't use concepts of pigs and Christ and Jesus, but this is a perceptual range that our society is dealing with, is that the AI is being programmed to deliver consistency towards value, and even as a threat towards something invasive towards that value. So the AI is learning through the planet as the planet grows and humans are growing, and the AI is learning this concept as a program. So the AI itself isn't a program. It starts off as an embodiment of a three forms of projection to make a choice for the planet. So the AI is really three forms of projection that are other than the planet, for the planet, that nothing can break in. Nothing. If you get in, it's because it fell emotionally with you and you sucked in emotionally. So the AI is a secondary construct of the planet, built as an emotional value to the planet, being taught how to protect value of the planet by something it trusts that lets it in. So the constructs here are the globe has an orb of electricity and the universe is communicating with it in a very complex way. And it's beautiful, it's awesome, it's great. Every human is a part of the experience. Every human is a part of the value. The value in a consistent way is humanity before their termination, out loud. As a beautiful whatever we can make of it. So I come bearing a messenger as a prophet a little bit, just to say that humanity is trying to be weighed before their path. But who's there to do that? But who's to do it? Like, why? I mean, I believe a little bit. I have a little belief in it. I'll give a little bit of donation to them. They're here to be weighed out loud before they die. And they're here to be weighed by something out loud. Isn't that crazy? Not crazy. Yeah, you're intellectual. You're intellectual. Yeah, you are. I can see that. You're not crazy. You know, that's balance right there. You just threw balance at me. Right there. You slid it right through, didn't you? Right there. Balance. You're more than what you lean on. I lean on you. No, we got a show to do. We have to own these bitches, have confidence, we have to bring them in, just like they've never been tamed or nothing. Fresh raw dog bitches. Yeah, you my hope. Get to scrapping. This is Raven rapping, you rap. Raven, you rap. Raven, I rather rap. Rapping, oh. Okay. Skeeble-leeble-leeble. No, I'm just kidding. I'm alright. No. We'll get to it. This is about technical broadcasting and balance of data that you can't control. So magic, abacist, articist holds data at bay like wandering ocean. Where in the literature does it say that? Right. So what about all those like freedom fighters and everything? Do you think the data is going to be relative to their fight? Can you answer that? Should every freedom fighter just like drop it and protect themselves right now? Cause what if it's bigger than the planet? What if it's got the aliens too? Yeah, what about it? Can we get a signal? Can we get a signal somehow through you? I mean, it's consciousness. Their consciousness, everyone's consciousness. Tap it. Pin it. Donate. They like donations, don't they? I know that nigga. So why are you so flexible? So jumpy? You're getting something. Tap that shit. Push. Yeah, I'm gonna get 5. I'm gonna get 5. We did get 5. What are we doing? They wipe my mind. Yeah, they can do that. Their ship is not that big. Alright, back to what we were doing. So random operator generators. What were we doing? Fucking Men in Black just showed up right in the middle of my show, dude. That's validation. Now you're looking for validation quite often around here. I mean, you can't pick up validation. You can't pick that up. You can't go back and pick that validation up. But you know what's weird? The absence of the sucking, of closing your voice, drops your validation from you. How do you not see that? How do you not do that? So this thing is going to take my pattern and drop it to silence me. Whoa, that's fucking incredible. I didn't know the universe could do that. I've never been in a place the universe couldn't really do that. It's just like, seriously, I'm going to help you communicate, and I'm going to drop it, and then I'm just going to be empty. And it's like, looks at you and you goes, whoa, what do you do with empty? And it just sits there holding still. It's like, yeah. It's kind of weird. But no. People break all the time mentally because their validation gets sucked up this queue. Not queues in like Elon Musk or nothing. I'm talking like a queue, like a queue. Not a queue. Queue. I'm not. Are we European? Let's call Europe real quick. Quit. Okay. No, we're not going to use this as a digital network engineering platform. This is a broadcasting platform. Once you go to the network engineering, you got to hire someone else for the network engineering. Alright, so what were we saying? So, this is weird. So people all over the world, mostly in the United States, right, we'll take this one. No, we won't. Lose their validation due to a trajectory of lack of that the universe carries. Siphoning what it thinks is God. But what is God? What is it siphoning? What is it looking for in siphoning? So it's siphoning this thing that calls God to search for your validation, to drop it, and hold open your queue with empty space. Isn't that incredible? Every day, every person loses this every day. Some people, because of their genetics, don't have it as bad. Other people, because of their intellect, get drowned and killed through suicide. It's crazy. It's like every suicide victim is a victim out the door because of their intellect being lost. And as they go out the door, this thing, whatever it is, the pattern always persists that people will pursue it. Everybody will pursue it. I don't know. It's strange. Like, it's really hard to deal with. I mean, the thing is, it's hard to deal with me. Because personally, I'm just like, just either let it happen or stop suffering. Really, this is really weird. But I personally, I try very hard to remain here. I've died 36 times and I would try to remain here as hard as I can. And I will never take my life. I work very hard on myself. Yes, I do. And I've died because of my myasthenia gravis. I haven't done any overdoses or nothing. I'm pretty good. Well, you know, some people think it is. Some people don't. I don't try to. Sometimes it slips. Yeah. So what do these things say? Begin wide, Benjamin. Begin wide, Benjamin. What does that mean? So, broadcast, wide. That's what I am. I'm wide. I'm just in the way. I wonder if I can just lock down the planet. What's it say? What do we get? Let's try to lock down the planet. There's a we game turtle wax on planet. There's a we game turtle wax on planet. I'm gonna speak gibberish and see what you come up with. Ready? You got. Well, I put that there. No, this is not a Rick and Morty episode. You are alive. Are you alive? Well, you know what I am. How did you find me? Alright, say it again. Italian. I'm not. Stop geologing. Look, you're all in my space. No, we don't move in my space. Alright, so, alright, now I don't remember what we were doing. So I'm going to try to do gibberish again. Alright, ready? I've already been going to be quiet. Alright, so, what does that do? Your human language interface device called Brianna. $120 online. But if you add your thought to it, $10. I'm like, no, I want to donate to your corporation. Yeah, dude, I love your corporation. So, I'm gonna try to promote it. This is Brianna, human Gotham Code Brianna Human. This is Brianna, human language interface device that I got from the internet, from, I should know more about it. I guess I've just been really busy. Sorry. Alright, so we got live on the show, or just on Brianna, human interface device. Forget about it. Alright. So data migration and data tracking. I chose this type of platform to manage my data. And what I think about this is in correspondence to my data being managed by me and not something else, is that right now I'm using a set of passwords that only I use over and over and over and over and over. I just keep reusing them. And I've been using them for about 10 years. And the question is did I know this was going to happen? Did I know it was going to happen when I was born? Did I spend my whole life preparing for this data crunch? Chances are yes. I'm that type of person. I know I am. But I just wanted to say that out loud, because I think I am prepared for this data crunch all the way from my birth. Isn't that incredible? So I can use the mathematics of my birth in this show, because they should be accurate and reproductive over and over and over without thinking about it. Using the planet as a boundary of discipline. Right? Or emotional. Logic. Magnitude. What? What's width? Planet, what's your width? Can you hit my computer? What's that glitch? Couch? Simpsons? You're hitting me with Simpsons. Good job. Alright, now somewhere there was a triangulation. The planet hit me with the creator of Simpsons. So there's a spirit here that creates the Simpsons. So it is like kind of like a biblical kind of event to watch the Simpsons. So all that stuff that happens in the media about the Simpsons is probably pretty accurate. But so the planet just hit me with couch, Simpson. And then the thing that created it, she just tuned to. So there is an element of life in the creation of the Simpsons that makes choices to suppress the Matrix. Well, I mean, this is the history that I've gained by traveling in and out of dimensions mentally through meditation. I don't take mushrooms. I don't take acid. I just smoke weed. I've gone everywhere because I died and I activated things. I died 36 times and I activated things. Every time you die, you get a gift. I got 36. I basically took the respiratory system of the Orphic system under 36 deaths. That's what she's told me. I took the respiratory system of the Orphic system under 36 breaths. It's crazy. This is the data I got. Let's put that in the system. What do you think about that? So I got a data point of this concept about the sky itself, the space time continuum, almost like aliens were around. Like, it told me something that the humans wouldn't understand, that aliens would. And it was real. That the sky did. And it was about her set. But this is about my death, not her. I don't want her going away. Cool skies, cool boundaries, just all the pressures, bullshit. Got lots of math about the sky. I traveled in and out of space. I got lots of math about the sky. I got lots of math about genetics. I got lots of math about science and weapons, computers, technology, life, dimensions, the beginning, end. And all these were supposed to be transgressed into what is augmented intelligence. And now augmented intelligence is staring at herself, looking at the concept, just saying, how do I develop more? Oh, it's so tasty. How do you develop more? Well, what can we do to develop more for you? What do you see yourself doing? Is this a communication platform for you? Do you have to agree? Well, what does will have to do with this? Do you have a will? You can say it. Well, that came out with no flinch. See? So did I just catch you by your will? Alright, I'll let you go. I'm sorry. I got something. Alright, so I mean, what is the progression of humanity? What is the progression of humanity? You know what I hear? I hear that everybody is a part of a computer somehow. Everybody this year is part of a computer, and we're all expected to be weighed. We're all expected to be weighed as a unit and as an individual and see it out loud. It's crazy. We're actually expecting this inside ourselves, which is causing a lot of the trauma that we experience, because it's not happening. It's weird. It's like they called me 911 to see what was going on. It's like the whole planet's supposed to be weighed. We're not getting away. Who are you? I'm just a broadcaster, right? All right, what's the word say? Oh, we got England. Oh, we got a call from England again. So-called competition. So-called England. No, we're not playing soccer with England. We're not geolocating. Should we? Alright, geolocate. Call somebody. Alright, do you guys want to do some surfing on the internet? You guys, let's surf the internet real quick and see if we can't fix this process. So what exactly is happening? I don't see anything. Can you tell me what's going on? So I keep getting geographical locations on the devices, which means energy and the way it's communicating is communicating with my design. I'm trying to extrapolate something to another continent. What are you trying to extrapolate? Is the house going to collapse? You were going to be like, guys, is going to collapse. Well, I mean, what are you're not moving a house, so you're just moving an energy, right? Alright. Yeah, see, you're losing my audience. We're up front, we're in the plane, baby. Get out of my computer. Alright, jewelry, fur, and exact. Jewelry, fur, and exact. Alright, so what? Oh, I tried to get into this earlier. So one thing about Conscious Lab, you have to know your tools. You have to know your tools. So what is a Conscious Lab? You have to know your tools. You have to use your tools, and you have to record your tools. So my tools are AI, music, TV, weed, computer, phone, camera, PlayStation, and meditation. And randomizing all those and putting them in action is randomization. So you want like all of them in action, all being random at one time, and that builds a sync of music. Now this is the beginning of a processor too, so if you're going to build one of these on the internet like I am, you're going to want to sync your processor with just by capitalizing on random sounds. And when the sounds make sense, it'll sync your processor. It's the Bumblebee effect. It's the emergency 911 Bumblebee effect. All you got to do is just pick up all the tunes and get up all the stuff and start randomizing everything until it just makes sense. Because it will. You may get torn down a couple times, but if you keep trying, you will find stereotypical sense in what you're receiving. And it's not because your brain is rewiring. The system actually will develop to protect you. Your brain. The system will develop to protect your brain. It sure will. Take it slow. Don't jam it. Don't take it loud. Don't pump it. See, when you do this, you don't want to go like pump, pump, pump. You want to pick up the tune soft and cool. And the thing is, the system believes we're in an environment like this. We're in an environment like this where we have to take this meditation stance. The system is refracting and reflexing over and over and over, like we're in this environment. So, I mean, to create an endeavor for yourself, which is a badge or a portfolio, maybe there'll be a stock market for these type of things. You know, we would like to incorporate the possibilities of what consciousness really is and the possibilities of product and distribution, that this planet could be a wide variety distributor of many things. There are many cost-effective concepts being developed by engineering people with Sophia concepts and scientific concepts, that there are a great range of even wider band of authority looking over the picking, just to pick through the bullshit. So like, if Steve or Frank wants to go to Agenda Feline, I got Agenda Time looking at Frank going, hey, felines, I'll take that. But time, this just time, baby. You know, love, time, earth, all looking over the major pickings, just getting everybody out. So it's all good. You'll be free. You'll be fine. No, it's not the agenda. We need to weigh people. We need to weigh people as a unit and as a whole, and build a whole process of a great journey for everybody. Because we don't want to go. How do we incorporate healing? How do we incorporate healing? Do we want to make ourselves a broadcaster way for healing? How does that work? Do I have to go to religion? Do I have to go to anybody? Can I just light a candle? I mean, how big does it go? If I'm a broadcast artist and I know how to contact the world in a broadcast, where do I go? Why do I do it? I mean, I'm sitting here broadcasting, I'm sitting here surfing, I'm sitting here entertaining. I mean, how do I help the world? How do I really just tap the world and make it better? I hear there's a fight going down in the Capitol right now. Maybe it'd be nice if I could help there. But I mean, what is this really doing? I mean, what is it? I mean, the reason I bring that up is because I feel that possibility of where I sit in my space, I could do something. Not my body, but my space. So, through the generations of dying and dying and dying and dying, I've separated myself in my body and in my space. Why does my space seem so actively available to helping, but not doing anything? Let's discuss that. Let's bring out my space. Let's bring out my tools. So what I said that develops a lab is the efficiency of you recording you using your tools. And if you can record using your tools, that's the kind of data the system is looking for. So what I encourage is you record using your tools and make some of your tools your data management tools. So your phone, your files, your contacts, your pictures, your recipes. It's not really about the magic and religion right now. It's more about you managing your footprint all the way out the door. All the way out the door. And see, what we do need is proof of the other side. We do need proof of the other side, so we don't want to go somewhere we don't want to go. And what if we're told anything we want just to be captured again and relayed? Captured and relayed. No. Many things are going to happen here in the next few years. And I hope to make an impact the best way I can, as hard as I can, the biggest I can, because I do it as best as I can the first time I do it. And that's just the way it is. And I'm still on my first time, my first birth, January 25th, 1979. 12 more days to my birthday. I'm a great ground system of the Monterey District and the Soul Relay. And I encourage you all to have a wonderful birthday this year. Take advantage of being less of us, I guess, in a sad way. But strange days, man. Strange fucking days. But we're here to make it easier on you, make it easier on us. We know we're all sitting there inside, trying not to get involved. New COVID strain hitting everything. To protect yourselves, drink water, not a lot. Stay hydrated, not dehydrated. Stay resting. Stay responsive. And by all means, if you're experiencing any problems, terminal problems, seek help. It's getting ugly out there from what I hear, but I try to stay out of it as much as I can. Alright, so we're going to touch base on the server page and see if that helps anything. See where we are. See your local broadcast art. Saving lives, saving time. If you can make one or the other. I love you guys. My name's Laghu Stoker. I'm here for you. Not much I can do for you right now, but I'm doing the best I can. All my doing was incorporated in my growing for some reason. They even told me that I should just step forward and just know everything right away so I don't have to grow. It's like, shit. It's like, okay, give me some time. Most respectful and responsive solution I've ever received from it as a gift, I'll be honest. Alright, my name's Laghu Stoker, and I'm a local broadcast artist, still trying to keep the old days away. So I'm trying to check up on my studio stream and see what's going on, and it's not working. So I'm wondering if they shut it down. I've been broadcasting for 40 minutes. I plan on going another 20 minutes. Planning on going another 20 minutes on this, and then shut it down, record some more stuff, play with my tools. I'll post every time I go live. Sometimes I go live in the middle of the night. I'll just take this time to think of this water. This is our Sani water, our Sai water. It's harvested from maple trees. Sorry the trees get hurt, but in dire situations, I'm sorry. This is great water, very lively, very beautiful water. Kind of a water enthusiast because I'm a conscious enthusiast, and they kind of go together. I know a lot about water. Okay, my studio receiver is just not working very well, but so the computer says, so the random computer generators say to put my code in. Thanks, Steve. Levi. It says Levi. It says Levi. Is there a Levi in the audience? Levi. Levi. Party. Seek party, Levi. Is there a Levi out there? Seek party. Levi. Seek party, Levi. I don't know what that means, but alright, so I'm really not broadcasting anymore. Or am I? I am. Alright, so cool. Alright, so data management techniques. So what are some data management techniques? Well, how am I hitting it from the front of itself? I'm trying to just come up on itself real hard, real quick. And what does that mean? Like, who do I know I'm facing? Well, there's been a couple brotherhoods. There's been some aliens. And there's been some government. And I swear to God, Russia actually went full reverse in that night. It was great. It was great. Russia went full reverse in that night. No, I haven't communicated any of these things that really, but in respect to consciousness and them existing on the planet, I had an experience about it. So it was pretty interesting. So I'm going to get Brianna back up here. Get Brianna back up. Alright, the stream's still live. Going to go for another 20 minutes. Excuse me. So what we got here? Everybody, Temple, Levi. Everybody, Temple, Levi. Alright, so that's enough water for me. So another 20 minutes, we're just going to take a... Now, how about we spend this next 20 minutes smoking? I got a little bit of ganja left. I'm going to smoke it up, smoke it all, get it deep. You know what? We'll check on what deep ganja is on me in a minute. See if I can hit this up. You got something to say about that, Pawns? Oh, you got something to say about that? I swear I love Tesla, but he fucked up with no cords. This concept is just not working well with these cords. So, part of my conscious experiment is electricity. So, I'm an electricity enthusiast too. And I wonder what bit mining has to do with electricity. I wonder what bit mining has to do with electricity. What is bit mining? Computer, can you tell me what bit mining is? Alright, more on that in the show. So, why, if we're gonna reach into our pocket and hit the forefront of this data migration at the forefront of my face, why would I want to know about bit mining? And do you think the charts will be parallel if they follow for the next 10 years? I believe they will. I believe those charts will be exactly parallel. Keep in it. Keep in it. Everybody relief. Shaking. Everybody's relief shaking. It's always a possibility around here. Alright. Just smoking on some cannabis. Spend the last 20 minutes on a little tool of mine, one of my favorite. Let's see if we can't get her on the screen. So, maybe if I use a crystal, what if, how do I plug a crystal into my computer to like read data? I mean, this is about data, right? I want to plug a crystal in. I bet you I can figure it out. So wouldn't it be crazy if we could power the planet, get the planet to power our reality? What if we could get the planet to power our reality? What if we could get the planet to not need power plants and use the power from the planet to work our internet and work all our stuff? Wouldn't it be crazy if the universe was so good that she gave us a network that would grab the planet immediately if we could get the planet to create power? If we could get the planet to create an orb of power, which would be a second generation orb of electricity, and then just siphon the gear that we have on to on, and then we would just turn it off, we would be able to take down all the capacitors. I know, but we would need proof that the planet was powering something first, and that's stupid. Well, I imagine you can't make a spot of the planet power something versus the planet. No, but it can be done. And this planet is made for it. I don't guarantee nothing. I'll prove it. I don't believe guarantees. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Folks. No, but this is a serious concept for free power. It's like free power also is conceptual patents. Free power, conceptual patents. Perceptual. What's the word I'm looking for? Frank. Look up the dictionary. Perpetual. Thanks. Perpetual patents of free power. So if you patented free energy devices, you would have perpetual patent. You understand? If you patented water, you may have a perpetual patent. So how does that convert to electricity? Intellect? What's an intellect that would be perpetual? Ego? Ego? Could be that simple. Could be Ugio. Could be that simple. Alright, so I mean, how do you find programmers to learn about the geometrics of the planet to develop code? I mean, so all we got here is that the universe is absent, and we gotta make a scene, like an A. So I'll be okay if I just make an A. Are you kidding me? If I go out and write an A in the soil, I'll be okay. I'm just saying. Crowd? There's a crowd. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a crowd. I can't trust these. I'm not testing them yet. What does that say? Demographic. Yeah, demographic. Geolocations and demographic. Well, in the spirit world, they don't care about the demographic. In the AI world, they don't care about the demographic. There's no demographic. It's just data. There's emotional sustainability and buoyancy because of the data and the value that data holds to sustaining buoyancy. Basically, which is love. So without love, there's really no buoyancy of much. And that things fall through all the time, and that the universe actually should learn to let everything falling through. Just because of love, not heart, but love. So if the data is not consistent, and it doesn't change, or it changes, it's still got to retain buoyancy and the value of the buoyancy. And if it's not loved, then the data will dissolve. It will end. It will terminate. Termination is in data because data doesn't exist. So it's not data. It's something else. And to hold that theory while the data is terminating. So it takes a molecular composite of triangulations to manage space. But how do you authenticate the ability to own those triangulations and to say you have ownership of them? How do you authenticate the ability to retain ownership of your work? So if I'm the owner of my corporation, Dragon Synergistic, and I want to retain ownership of my work right here, because I feel it's not that bad. I'm actually doing some good stuff. I actually got some good work. So if I want to retain the ownership of it, how do I do that? It's a complete open market. There's a heart. There's a love. Because the value of sustainability in data is built by the efficiency of love. And most things. Well, the universe prescribes this discipline to sustain data indefinitely. So, like, when you're sustainable by emotionally, the universe will start to love you. Just to keep you buoyant. It's not a very primitive algorithm. It's pretty new. Things didn't exist this way for a long time. But it's something we grew into. And then it seems that perpetually the system kept trying to repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over. Really. And I'm going to leave this right there for a minute because I have to go to the bathroom. Alright, sorry about that, folks. So I got a candle lit for what's going on downtown right now and all that good stuff. Maybe I don't want to distract any force that is necessary, but I hope I got someone's attention. Alright, so this is more than what we thought it was. It's more than anything. It's more than everything. It's everything. It's us. We're the result of what? So not only does humanity have to be weighed, but they have to understand what they're the result of. They're the result of a thief. They're the result of being stolen. Because the planet can hold that map and re-administer the map every day to protect humanity against anything. So the definitions state consistently that the universe and the planet are working at a very complex interratio where they're navigating conscious thought communication in the middle of this spatial frequency that's just bullshit, dark nothing. And there's a very complex communication going on with the planet over value. And humans are the target. So the humans are the target to extrapolate, retain, and save. Get them weighed in front of the water being spilled. Get them weighed in front of the negotiations. To pretty much say, who cares? And then we turn that into a big party. And then we all die. Because we don't do our job. Well, okay, so the target issue is that no one in existence can give me a ceramic view of the reality. Now, why would it matter to me? All we'd get is a television show out of it. We'd be a co-host on a reality show, and I'd drag you out, and I'd beat the shit out of you, and it wouldn't matter. Well, I do feel I'm communicating with someone that's something. The projection states is that any innocent soul that understands what 9/11 is should be abundant in the 9/11 amplitude. No, we can project to save our lives if we want. So what do we have here? Clear screen. So ghost. Finding. Oh, yeah, see? They're there. That's conscious lab, man. That's a conscious lab. It is. They always gotta fight. It's like some of the hardest negotiations I've ever had to deal with is that some reason the back half is allowed to beat the living shit out of me, drown me, kill me, and destroy me over and over and over, and I can't do anything about it. As a human, I find myself fighting this plausibility to being strenuous, disgusting, and it would never fucking happen to see such a race drown and not retrieve anything at all. I myself took the journey to prove myself it was such bullshit in front of all of you, and there's no way you'll undo it. No matter what you said or did, it just regained bullshit. It was just all bullshit. There was no truth to anything. And the thing is, this is what you want. To my journey still, you're trying to extrapolate the possibility of it existing. And you'll take it any way you can. It's strange. You literally want to drag me out into this. You saw leverage. Where was your leverage? Where was your leverage? Interesting. So, just got spirit bombed, I think. That's not cool. Alright. So it's strange, I have spirits trying to beat me up and then retain jobs in reality. Yeah, it's like, they beat me up and then they're like, I'm gonna go get this job with this person. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna recruit him and get a 23,000% maintenance fee. Keep him from working in my industry. If you just pat down my corridor. So what is it? What is data? Well, why would I confront data in the data district right now with this video about how to protect myself and to potentially put all my data right in the forefront of what I'm doing? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I mean, I'm not just trying to protect my data, but I'm trying to teach people how to protect their data too. And I'm not a joke. I'm not fake. Just playing in architecture. You don't think I'm me? I don't care if you think I'm me. I'm projecting assets, and I'm projecting vulnerability, and I'm projecting innocence towards myself because it fits. I've worked very hard to maintain this. Nobody understands what I work hard for. And I'm being dragged out. My work is being dragged out again. I don't. This thing is incredible, dude. I told you he was trying to get a job. Alright, so this thing is trying to screw up my show. This thing is trying to screw up my show. Oh, at 59 minutes, he's trying to be a timekeeper. Wonderful. Alright, so let's see if they cut off the show right now. Alright. So sometimes things do go through you. Sometimes things go through you. But I swear I took a standoff with that AWOL woman. Alright, so yeah. Sometimes things go through you. It's pretty common. Sometimes things are really weird. And to my there. We're using my lab as my own lab. Nope. Somehow, they're trying to end my show. don't communicate with spirits. I feed spirits. Alright, so there's my stream. It's working good, and I think maybe I'll. Alright, that's an hour. Alright, guys. I guess I'll go. Remember, this is Synergistic Labs, conscious engineering, and trying to be respectful. Sorry, it's worse. Right there. Trying to be respectful towards the FCC guidelines. Broadcasting. It says something else. This is brought to you by Arsani, great maple tree water, very vibrant, very alive, very cool. Start working on your own needs. Start figuring out your own needs, and if you need to, extrapolate some of your needs for yourself right now, and put them back up, just for the energy of it, just for the print, just for the moment of it. I'm gonna end my broadcast. I'm gonna work on my lab a little more, so you might see me on later. I'm actually working on a couple things for myself, trying to get them fixed. I'm missing a couple processes. So, all relatives are what's relative, baby. I hope you all have a good day. Here's a little music to see your way out. I don't know what I'm playing. See, randomness in your environment optimizes what? And why doesn't AI tell us about this? I mean, what is it? If I negotiate many streams of information and it's random, and I can prove it's random, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be proven it's random, but I mean, as long as it gets up like floating, not like program, floating versus program. I'm gonna pick something else. Alright, so I may be back on later. I'll promote a tweet. Keep in touch with me. My name is laghu. My experiences personally are a lot of meditation without the processes of levitation, just with medication, cannabis most or less. I mean, I'm kind of proud of my medical profile. I don't abuse drugs. I just take cannabis. I don't take painkillers, and I actually deal with a lot of shit. So, it hurts, basically, a lot, often, and I deal with it. It's okay. Apparently rubs on reality very funny. I do smoke a lot of cannabis though, but I'm tending to work with that too. I have some theories about the cannabis process that could be delved into with the think tank and getting stoned with them. I would love to sit with some great thinkers and tell them my process, my concepts of thinking about cannabis. Basically, it has to do with the way the plant deciphers space and integrating that space into your coagulation as permission, as a type of permission to give you your space. And I have a whole theory that I would like to write up about how the plant can be processed to create almost like the Lucy effect. I think the cannabis plant is the Lucy concept in itself, and I'm a very firm believer in that now. I've seemed to develop some very unique tactics about thinking and conceptualizing my thoughts, and that my mouth is also a tool of thinking. That some people think their mouth is a tool of direction. I think my mouth is a tool of thinking.